It was a lovely sunny morning. Peppa Pig and her friend Hello Kitty decided they would like to play in the park on such a beautiful day. James arrived outside their door and both the girls climbed on board. "Let's go to the slide first," said Kitty excitedly. "It's my favourite." "OK," replied James, and he dropped them off just by it. "Thank you, James," smiled Peppa as they climbed off the train. "You're very welcome," answered James as he steamed off. "Hello, Pocoyo," smiled Peppa when she saw who was standing there. "Are you here with your friends?" she asked. "Yes," smiled Pocoyo. Lula, Pocoyo's pet dog, came over to see who had appeared in the park. "Hello, Lula," said Peppa happily. "You are such a good dog," and she went over to stroke Lula's head. "Kitty," she smiled, "you haven't met Lula before. She's very friendly," and she turned around to introduce her friend. But Kitty had vanished. "Kitty," she shouted, "where are you?" But there was no answer. "She must have been frightened by Lula and gone to hide. We must find her," said Peppa a little worryingly. Pato helped by searching on the roundabout. "Have you found her?" asked Peppa. "No, she's not here," answered Pato. Ellie began to look by the swings. "Is she here?" "No, I can't see her," replied Ellie. "Oh dear, where can she be?" sighed Peppa. Just then, Lula began to bark excitedly. "I think Lula's found something," shouted Pocoyo, and they all turned to look. "No, she's just found a bone," said Pato disappointingly. Pocoyo turned around to think. And his eyes caught a glimpse of something high up in the tree. "Help!" He could just hear a very quiet voice trying to shout. "It's Kitty!" he exclaimed, and everyone turned around to look. "Oh, thank goodness," said Peppa. "We found her. Let's help her to get down." So Pocoyo and Peppa climbed up to the treehouse. "Oh no," sighed Peppa. "She's too high. We can't reach her." "I'm so sorry," said Kitty. "I was frightened of Lula and so I hid up here. But now I can't get down." "Don't worry," shouted Ellie and Pato from down below. "We'll fetch a ladder." And off they went to search for a ladder. It didn't take them long to find one and they soon returned. The ladder was pushed up the treehouse and Peppa positioned it by the tree. "I'll go up," she said to Pocoyo, and she started to climb. Very soon, Kitty and Peppa were able to climb back down to safety. Yay! It's a good idea to be wary of dogs you don't know, especially if you're a cat, smiled Peppa to Kitty. The three of them climbed down. "But you can come and meet Lula. She's very gentle." Kitty cautiously went over to Lula. "You're right, she is gentle," smiled Kitty. And from that day on, the two of them became the best of friends.
The fair was in town on Sodor and everyone was having fun. James, on the other hand, was busy collecting sheep. Farmer McColl had a lovely new pen for them, and James was moving them to it. They filed on one by one, and off they went. On the way, they ran into Peppa Pig. "Hi James," she said. "I'm meeting Pocoyo and Ellie at the fair. Please could I have a lift?" "Of course you can," replied James. So Peppa climbed aboard. When they arrived, Peppa greeted Pocoyo and Ellie, but while James stopped, the sheep escaped. "Oh no," said Peppa, "the sheep have gone." They ran all over the fair. One sheep even stole George's ice cream. Peppa chased this sheep back into the truck. "Well done, Peppa," said James. "Just 5 more sheep to find." Ellie then chased another 2. Then Masha and the bear chased the 2 on the big wheel. "How many sheep have we got?" asked Peppa. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. "Oh no, we're missing one," said Peppa. "There it is," noticed Pocoyo. He walked over to the end of the slide and waited. He chased it into the truck. "Thank you everyone," said James, and he rushed off. He arrived at the new pen and the sheep jumped off. They loved it. James then headed back to his shed. It has been a long day.
was another glorious morning. Peppa Pig was going to the new dance school on the other side of the town. Mummy Pig was driving and they had arranged to pick up Dora on the way. Dora was staying at Minnie Mouse's house and Peppa couldn't wait to see her again. "I haven't seen Dora in ages. We are going to have so much fun," she said to Mummy Pig. Soon they arrived at Minnie's house. Peppa climbed out of the car and rang the doorbell. "Hello, Peppa," smiled Minnie. "Dora is very excited about trying out the new dance school." Dora appeared at the door and thanked Minnie for letting her stay. "You're very welcome," she said, and waved the two girls goodbye. Once they were safely in the car, Mummy Pig continued the journey. "The building is a little smaller than I had imagined," said Mummy Pig to Peppa. "Don't worry, it's probably a lot larger when you get inside," said Dora positively. Once everyone had entered, it was indeed bigger than it had appeared outside. Peppa's friend Susie was already there, sitting at the piano. "Hello, Susie," said Peppa and Dora together. "This is nice. Susie's going to play some music while you dance," smiled Mummy Pig, and she sat down to watch. Susie started to play while Peppa and Dora began dancing. "This is so much fun," smiled Dora excitedly, "but I may have to sit down soon. My feet are starting to ache." "Let's have a break," said Peppa. "I'll make us some nice cold drinks," said Susie. But as she got up, she slipped and knocked against the piano, which toppled over with a loud crash. "Oh dear!" exclaimed Susie. "I hope I haven't broken it." "Are you okay, Susie?" asked Peppa, quite concerned. "Yes, I'm fine," she answered, just a little embarrassed. "Shall we try to lift the piano back?" asked Peppa. So they pulled with all their might, but the piano was too heavy to lift. "I don't think we'll be able to move it," said Mummy Pig. "We could call Grandad Dog to help. He has a winch on his truck." So she called Grandad Dog. "I'll come over right away," he answered. And climbed into his breakdown truck. Very soon he arrived at the dance school. He went inside to take a look. He muttered, "These pianos look small, but they are extremely heavy. I'll prepare the truck." And he jumped into his truck and positioned the winch over the piano. The rope descended and the hook was attached. With an almighty pull, the piano was lifted back into its original position. The three girls cheered and Mummy Pig thanked Grandad Dog. Luckily, there wasn't a mark on the piano, and Susie went back to sit on the stool. She started playing the piano just to make sure, and it was fine. Dora and Peppa then started dancing again. "Well, that was an interesting morning," she smiled, and they all laughed with a touch of relief. Princess Sophia, Amber and James were busy in the kitchen. They'd invited Queen Elsa and Princess Anna for afternoon tea, so were making a delicious cake. Amber stirred the mixture. This was going to be the best cake ever. The mixture was then put in a tin and Princess Sophia placed it in the oven. While the cake was cooking, the three of them went out to play. Unfortunately, they were too busy playing and forgot about the cake. Smoke started coming out of the oven. When Princess Sophia and Amber returned, the cake was ruined. The cake was so burnt, it was as black as coal. "Oh no," cried Amber. "What are we going to do? Queen Elsa and Princess Anna are coming soon." "I know," said Princess Sophia. "I'll phone Peppa Pig and ask if she could get a cake for us." Peppa agreed, and Percy gave her a lift to Hello Kitty's cafe. She purchased a cake and rushed to Princess Sophia's castle. "Oh, thank goodness you're here, Peppa," said Princess Sophia. "What did you buy?" she asked. "I bought a mud cake," said Peppa. "A what?" Amber cried. "A mud cake? That sounds horrible. Queen Elsa won't want to eat mud," she thought. But Queen Elsa and Princess Anna were arriving. They got out of the car and greeted their hosts. "Hello, you three," Queen Elsa said. "What's that?" she asked Peppa. "It's a chocolate mud cake," she said. Princess Sophia and Amber heaved a sigh of relief. "Oh, I thought it was actually made of mud." "How silly of me," said Amber. Everyone laughed, and Peppa gave everyone a slice. The whole cake was eaten quickly. "Thank you. That was the best cake I've ever eaten," said Queen Elsa. Everyone else agreed. Peppa and George were very excited. They were going to have a ride on Grandpa Pig's boat. Grandpa Pig arrived and they climbed aboard. "Don't forget your life jackets," said Grandpa Pig. So Peppa and George quickly put them on. "Off we go," shouted Grandpa Pig, and they set sail. It was a beautiful day, and the boat was soon chugging along. "Grandpa," said George, "is this a pirate boat? Because you have a pirate flag at the back." "Oh no," chuckled Grandpa Pig. "Pirate boats don't exist anymore, only in fairy tales." "So, Grandpa," said Peppa, "what's that ship coming towards us?" "Oh dear," said Grandpa Pig, "I do believe that's Captain Hook on board. There could be trouble ahead." "What a lovely boat," shouted Captain Hook. "Give it to me, I want it for myself, and if you don't hand it over, I'm going to fire my cannon at you." "Oh dear," repeated Grandpa Pig. "How are we going to get out of this mess?" Suddenly, a fairy appeared on the boat. "It's Tinker Bell," shouted George. "I see you're in a spot of bother," she said. "I know just the person who can help." And with that, she disappeared. In a blink of an eye, Jake appeared. "Don't worry, I'll sort him out," said Jake, and he jumped aboard the pirate ship. "That's enough bad behaviour for today," he shouted at Captain Hook. "I'm going to teach you a lesson." "Oh no, you won't," said Captain Hook. But Jake was already behind him and pushed him into the water. "We won't see him for a while," smiled Jake to Peppa, George and Grandpa Pig. "Oh, thank you so much for saving us," cried Peppa. "No problem," said Jake and gave him a wave goodbye. Just then, Tinker Bell reappeared. "Peppa, how would you like to fly?" she asked. "Oh, yes, please," said Peppa. "Can I take off my life jacket? It's a bit heavy." "Of course," smiled Tinker Bell. "It's perfectly safe." And she sprinkled some fairy dust over Peppa. Soon, Peppa was whirling and twirling in the sky. "Whee! This is so much fun!" she cried. "Peppa," said Grandpa Pig, "I think it's time for us to go home now. We've had a very eventful day." "Okay," sighed Peppa. And she put on her life jacket again. "Oh," said Peppa as she sat up in bed. "Was that a dream I had? Or did I really fly and see Captain Hook and Tinker Bell?" She stared out of her window. Perhaps I'll never know. morning, everybody, shouted Peppa. It was another school day with their teacher, Madame Gazelle. Peppa loved school. They were waiting for their friends, Zoe and Pedro, who they went to school with. When they arrived, Mummy Pig said goodbye and they started their short walk to school. On the other side of town, at the Ponyville schoolhouse, the teacher, cheerily, was preparing her classroom for the day's lessons. But today was going to be very different from a usual day. Peppa and her friends arrived at the school, but it was closed. Miss Rabbit then appeared and told the children that their teacher, Madame Gazelle, wasn't feeling very well, and today they were going to be taught at the Ponyville schoolhouse by Cheerily. Miss Rabbit then gave all the children an apple to take with them. She heard that Cheerily liked apples. James arrived to take Peppa, her friends and their apples on the journey across town. Arrived, they said hello to Cheerily and then went to sit down. They all gave Cheerily an apple, except George, who said that he was sorry, but he'd lost his apple. Actually, George ate it as they were getting off the train. He'd felt hungry. Cheerily began her lesson. After a while, it was time for a break, and they went straight to the slide and swing, although they were all a little bit too big for the swing, except George. Cheerily had a lovely meal of apples. Break over, and they sat down again for more lessons. Then school had finished. They all thanked Cheerily for teaching them, and George confessed that he hadn't lost his apple. He'd actually felt quite hungry and eaten it. "Don't worry," said Cheerily, "I had 3 apples, and I feel quite full." James left for the trip across town and dropped them off at the playground by Peppa's house. They'd all had a great day, but wanted a quick play before returning to their homes.
We want Oogie, please. Oogie Kawabunga! Yum, 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 yum. Yum, 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 yum. Yum, 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 yum.
Ho, 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 ho! Merry Christmas! Ho, 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 ho! Merry Christmas!
There be treasure!